Okay guys, we're here. So we're at our new permission. So basically this farm here, the main farmhouse is like a mansion now. It's like an 8-room mansion. But the guy that bought it in 1840, there was a home site there and it was built in 1813. I tried to go back and find out who originally owned it, and the only thing I could come up with is one of the original settlers of Franklinton moved out here, and that's the only thing I'm not really for sure. I tried to trace the history back to the beginning. I'm pretty sure there wasn't nobody here. So there was no settlers here until probably about 1806, 1808. But this is the field we're gonna be doing. So if you've seen the last video, that map I showed you, there was 2 structures in here. I'm not for sure if they were homes. I'm not for sure what they were, but there was 2 of them in here, and that's basically why we're in the field trying to find those. And over on this side, on the other side, over here somewhere was a distillery, because the creek's right there. So the distillery was over on this side somewhere. But we got permission to do this field here. So the only thing I can think of is I'm gonna try to figure out where the structures might have been. I'm just gonna run a straight line down through here until I start coming over like square nails and stuff like that. But the field itself, I guess she said it's just ready to plant right now. I think that's why she let me do it. She said it was okay. I'm sure they'll come out and tell me. I guess I should be able to do it through the winter. I don't know if we're gonna need that much time, but we'll probably just come here like once a week. Then like I said, down at the other end there's an old school down there. I want to get in there too and try to find that old school. But for today what we're going to be doing is we're going to try to find where those structures were. And I know they weren't all the way down where the road's at, so they were in here somewhere. So, and like I said, with the cornfields and these plowed fields, even if people come in here metal detect, because the lady that gave me permission, her husband said that he was talking about people arrowhead hunting and metal detecting, but it doesn't mean nothing, because every year they plow it, it brings new stuff to the surface. I think that's why people have such good luck in these fields. But there was 2 structures here in about 1860s. I got a 1850 map and it doesn't show them. I mean, it shows stuff in here like across the street. And I don't think this road, I'm not for sure if this was the original road, but the road that's out here actually runs through the farm property. And I'm trying to keep the farm secretive because they don't want a bunch of people showing up here. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as we get onto a real good signal. Okay guys, so far I just got like little iffy signals, and I finally got a good target here. So we'll see what it is. It might be something big though. But you never know, man. Like I said, this is an old place. But this is the first real good signal I've had. And I mean, you can't even see my truck. I'm just walking a line. I'm trying to get it to where like a grid. I'm trying to grid it the best I can, but you can't even see my truck. And this is the first good signal. But I'm further in the field. I figure I'd go in further, then I'll come back out towards the road. Hopefully ain't some fucking, man, it looks like something big. Some kind of pipe. Nothing old, just a pipe. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get onto another one. Okay guys, I'm on to another one. But I think I'm starting to figure it out, because there's certain areas where there's no signals. Then there's some of these crappy signals, and I think I'm narrowing it down to where those structures might have been right now. I mean, it's still, like I said, it's a big search area, but like I said, we got permission for the whole winter. But like I said, I want to focus on just those structures, because the further you get to the street, there's no signals, there's nothing. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the area. I just need to find something that dates back into the 1800s. Then we'll know for sure. Because I noticed right across the street where the distillery used to be, it looks like there's a junkyard over there. I mean, it's fenced in, but these guys are out here moving an old car, and I think it came from behind those fences. I wonder if that's it right there. So we got another, looks like another piece of copper. Yep. But like I said, these are the signs that we're looking for. So I'm pretty much sure that I know where the structures were. There's like a big tree. I mean, it's quite of a big area, because I mean, right where this big tree is over here, that's where I started getting signals coming from the truck. Then it's like this area here's got a bunch of junk signals. So we'll just have to detect, and hopefully we'll come across some old coins or anything old. I'm hoping to find anything, even maybe the key to the old house or something, but I'm not for sure what the structures were. The way I look at it is back in about 1860, you know, the guy that originally bought this place in 1840, he ended up, his son took it over in like 1848, and he's the one that made it boom. So he actually opened up the sawmill. There was a distillery right across from where we're at right now, and he became very wealthy. Then I think about the early 1900s, I think they raised the taxes on a liquor real high, because that was like right around Prohibition, and they were trying to get people to quit drinking, because husbands were spending their whole paychecks on booze and not paying their bills. And back then, well, this story is the same thing. So basically what happened when they raised the taxes, he went bankrupt. Well, back in those days, you didn't get to keep anything, so he basically lost everything. So he basically went bankrupt is what he did. Then I think one of the relatives sold the house, and I'm not for sure, because originally it was a 1,000-acre farm. I'm not for sure if that's how many acres there was. And then the people that own it now, her great-great-grandfather bought it like in 1828 or 1928, and they still were farmers anyway, so they actually had a farm down the road, and her parents lived down there, and she lives in the old farmhouse over here. So, you know what I mean? So the way I think was going on is, at one time there was over 100 people that worked here, and maybe these structures were homes to like the foreman of the sawmill, you know, maybe the foreman of the distillery, and they would build houses, and they had a sawmill right there, and they were just wood. They were made out of wood. They weren't brick or anything. Then whenever they decided to take it all back to farmland, they just tore them down or burned them or whatever. And I think that's what it was. So I don't think it was literally, you know, a brick house, old brick house or anything. I think they were just wood structures, because across the street there's houses over there, but there's nothing old. I mean, across the street in that one map, it shows a bunch of stuff, but there's nothing old over there. All the stuff over there, I mean, some of it might date back to the 50s or something, but that's about it. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get onto another signal. Okay guys, I turned the camera on because we might just found our killer find. I mean, it could be a ribbit or something, but the size of it, it's the size of a trime. Look how small it is. Oh my God. Look how little it is. I think we got Spanish silver is what we got. I think it's a half real is what it is. I mean, it's hard to tell because one side's smooth. I don't know. It says 5 cents on back. This is a trime. It has to be, because there's an eagle on this side. Look at this. Ain't that killer? So this is a 1800s coin right here. Oh my God. But this side here is just, I mean, it's almost white. You can't hardly tell anything. Ain't that killer? I just knew it. I mean, it was coming in good too. Listen. So we're right where we need to be, man. Just the odds of this. We're in a cornfield. I've probably been here at least an hour and a half, and we just found a killer. And I've never found one of these. I'm sure it's a trime. I mean, I'll look it up, but there's an eagle on the back of it, and it says 5 cents. I don't know if you guys can see that, but but the other side's wiped. I mean, I can't even, it's real smooth on the other side. But this is like a holy grail find. That's why when I first seen it, I thought maybe it was Spanish, because this side's wiped so much. But this side here, there's an eagle on the back of it. That's one killer find, man. Well, we know where we're gonna stick at. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna stick this area, because this got to be the area. And like I said, the chances of finding more of these, because a gallon of whiskey, the distillery was right across the street from us. So a gallon of whiskey was 20 cents. You know what I'm saying? So they would give them 4 of these to get a gallon of whiskey. But look how small it is. I mean, I got a Shrine at the house, but I don't, you know, at first I didn't know for sure. I turned the camera on, but I didn't know for sure. It could have been like a Warsher or something, but that's what it is. It says 5 cents right on the back of it. And it's got an eagle on the back of it. Killer find, killer find. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get on to something else. Okay guys, I'm on another one. But I'm pretty much focusing on that area where I just found that old coin. But that old coin, what it is, it's a cap bust half dime. So it's not a trime, it's a half dime. It's basically older than a trime, because I think they minted them from 1829 to 1830 something. But I was so excited, man. It's unbelievable that I found that. I mean, the one side's white, but you can see the eagle. That's how I figured out what it was, by the other side. But it's one hell of a find. It's basically one of the oldest, it's probably the second oldest silver I've ever found. So I found that 1700s coin, but I think we could find them in here. Honestly, when I seen it, the white side, I thought it was Spanish silver at first, because I've never found a half real or something. Maybe that's what it was, but it's a cap bust half dime. But man, I'm stoked, that's for sure. But it was the same, you know, like this. It's just a piece of trash, you know, some kind of iron. But this is kind of the same signal, you know what I mean? So I'm just digging the banging signals, because I got a little off path after I found it, and I started digging a bunch of crap, but it was just trash. But I'm pretty sure that I'm in the area. But like I said, it doesn't really mean nothing. I mean, a farmer could have dropped that while they were plowing the field, you know, because it's such a small piece. You know, that half cent is so small, it's unreal. But man, it's just finding it. It just made my month, my year, you know what I mean? And it was a banging signal. It wasn't a crappy signal, it was banging. So it wasn't like maybe I was missing something. Like I am here. I mean, this could be just another piece of that crap, but I'm gonna check it. It's just unreal. That's something else. I gotta look at it, checked it. I mean, it's not a coin, but it looks like a handle or some kind. See, look, it's some kind of handle, like a drawer handle or something. But I'm pretty sure I'm in the location, but there was actually 2 of them in here. But I'm just gonna stick to this same. But like I said, we got all winter, but a lot of times when you get these permissions, I try to do my best to go to the spots where I think it's gonna be first, because they can come out and tell me to leave whenever they want. That's what sucks about it. I mean, maybe they won't, but they could at any time. The owners could come out and tell me to leave. So I'm not going to overdo it. I'll probably just try to come here like once a week on a Saturday or something. But that's why you need to, you know, do research on it to come up with the best location. I mean, I kind of knew where it might be, but I wasn't for sure. That's why I just started running lines right up the middle of this field, hoping I'd come across a lot of signals. And Like I said, they can come by, they can come out here right now. I think her dad just drove by her in a tractor, but they could come over here at any time and tell me to leave. So that's why I go right at it, even though we could be here all winter. But I'm sure, I mean, this field's huge. I got permission of the whole field. I mean, just because the sites were over this way, there could be stuff out in anywhere in this field. I mean, finding that is just unbelievable. I mean, and I'm not that far from the house. I'm like 2 or 3 miles from my house. And I'm in a field. I'm in a field here. You go to these old houses and stuff, because that's why I didn't even ask for permission. I knew I could get permission to the field before I could get permission to their house. But a farmer can go in and move the dirt around on their property whenever they want and bury anything. So I just focused on the field and I got it. So, and we found, like I said, if I don't find another thing, I'll be happy. But we're gonna keep going at it. And like I said, I'll get back to you when I get on to the next one. But guys, I'll tell you a story, because there's the health department down in Columbus. There's like a place called the Hannah Manor, and I was over there years ago, actually when I first got this E-Track, and I got permission to metal detect it. The health department, they won't let you, but it's got a lot of Civil War history and stuff there. And I actually went over there, and what I dug was a Civil War cartridge belt plate, and this is the second Civil War thing I've done. So I just found this in this cornfield, and it looks like a 3-ringer. See it? And this is the first one I've ever found. So I mean, not saying this is like Civil War era bullet is what it is, but look at it. Ain't that cool? I can't believe I just found it. But this is only like the second thing I found that has anything to do with the Civil War. Not even that plate that I found was actually pre-Civil War. I think it dated like 1830s. So it's possible that this dates before the Civil War, because there wasn't no battle or anything here. But that is a Civil War bullet, the first one I've ever found. Pretty cool, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure it's a 3-ringer. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get on to the next one. Okay guys, I got another one. So basically how I can tell it's old is by the back end of it. I think this is a pistol round, but this is the same way. This is a 1800 bullet. I look like it hit something. But you can tell from the back of it. See? Hopefully you guys can see it. But actually what I did is I was in that area and I kind of gridded it. Then I just started going wild, because I'm getting ready to call it a day, and I just wanted to find out when we come back the next time what we need to be doing and where we need to be detecting. And down there where I was at, I'm sure there's stuff down there, because there was a lot of signals I didn't dig because they said they were kind of trashy. But I'll end up digging them all. And it just seems like if we stick to this side, I actually went straight across this field, and a lot of times you don't get no signals. There's no signals. Then I come back this way, then like I said, I just found that bullet. I found at the corner, I found an old back of a cuffling. So far we found at least 4 things from the 1800s. So we'll probably just stick to this side, but I'm not done. I still got, like I said, we're way from the truck. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll tilt the camera. But if you look way up there, that's the old farmhouse. And this is what we're detecting, this whole field. So everything that ain't got nothing growing in it is what we're doing. The other field over there, I asked her about those stalks, why those corn stalks are cut short like that. And she said they leave it like that all year because of the county wants them to for the snow, so the snow don't drift up on the road. And the reason this field here is not cut like that, because they had wheat in here, and that's why I'm able to metal detect it. So that other field up there, but like I said, I think this field will keep us busy for a while, because I mean I think we've probably been here about 3 or 4 hours, and we've already found 4 good targets. So, and we ain't even done. I'm gonna basically detect on the way back to the truck, then we'll do the wrap up. So I'll get back to you guys if I get onto another signal. Okay guys, we're gonna call it a day, but I kind of figured out where the area, I don't know if this is gonna be like a whole winter thing, but we'll definitely be back. I think when we come back, we'll just dig every signal. But I zigzagged across this field and everything. There's only like a certain area that's even got any signals in it. Some of it, there's just literally nothing, not even crap signals. So, but it's still a lot. And basically, since this is the first time, I was trying to just dig all the really good signals so I could get a video together. But we dug some cool stuff, though. We did find some killer stuff. So I'll show you what we found. And of course, I dug a ton of stuff. I mean, All this stuff over here, I would say this is all old. A lot of this stuff here, I think, is newer. I think this is aluminum siding. And maybe it just blew off of one of the roofs over here off of one of these old barns, and it just got underneath the tractor or something, got all muched up like that, and that's this. And the rest of the stuff, I'm sure all this stuff's old stuff. I don't know if it's, I think it's copper, but maybe it's just, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like some kind of plow. You know, a lot of times when you're in these fields, part of their plows, pieces of it break off and you dig. And I don't have a clue what this is. And this is our good find. So we found this handle, and I nicked it, so I know it's copper. I found this. I just found this. Actually, this came in, I thought this was gonna be a big coin or something. But this is some horse tack. It's old. We got this Civil War air bullet. I don't, like I said, there was no Civil War battles over here, so I just say it's, you know, like mid 1800s 3-ringer. I mean, I can't really, you can't say it's a Civil War bullet because it wasn't shot in a Civil War or anything. Then I found this. I'm pretty sure this is the clip for a back of a cufflink, and I looked everywhere to find the cufflink, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. That just clips onto the other piece. Or maybe this is just a cufflink. You know what I mean? But I'm sure that's what this is. Then we got this bullet here. I'm sure this is from a hand firearm, but I don't know how old. I know it's old, I just don't know how old. Then this is the killer find right here. And this is a cap bust half cent is what it, or I don't know why I keep saying half cent, but this is a cap bust half dime is what it is. So when I found it, I turned the camera on right away, but I didn't know what it was. I thought it was going to be like a washer at first, because look how thin it is. Then when I seen this side, I thought it was maybe Spanish silver. Then as soon as I seen that, I don't know, I mean, I thought it was a Triumph at first, but I think it's because it's so small. But this is a cap bust half dime is what it is. And you can see the eagle on there, and it says 5 cents down at the bottom. But the other side, I'll have to look at it. I doubt if I'm gonna get a date off of it. It's pretty white. But this is like killer find. This coin was minted, I think, from 1827 to like 1832 or something like that. This is like old silver. I mean, it'd be nice at the front, but this is a killer find no matter what. This is definitely a killer find, and I've never found one before. That's why a lot of these older coins I've never found, so I don't know what they are. But when I, like I said, when I first seen it, I thought it was going to be a washer or something, but I turned the camera on anyways. Then I thought it was a Spanish, maybe like a half real is what I thought it was because of this. Then when I flipped it over, but that's what it is a cap bust. But it's the first one I've ever found. This is like, I mean, this had me so excited, it was unbelievable. But it's just weird, like I said, man, we were here for a while, we dug a lot of signals, and that's the only coin we found. So, you know, her husband said people have been here metal detecting it, and maybe they did, you know, I'm just finding stuff that they missed or whatever. But we'll definitely be back. I just was hoping to find a site where I could say it was obviously one of those either home site or structures, whatever those buildings were. I don't know what they were. Then when I found that half dime, I was hoping maybe it was where they sold the booze. That'd be a killer spot too. But we'll be back. And like I said, they're all on the way out of here. There's another area where there's an old school, and I'm pretty sure I can detect that without permission. I mean, I'll probably just go and do it because I know it's township property, part of the school, but it's weird that it's a farm field. So, you know, if someone says something, I'll just leave. But there's only like a certain area that I want to metal detect in anyways. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye.